Welcome back, Dad. You're finally home.
I'm taking it back. Why?
Why?
Because I'm a damn good cop.
Oh, let me pull out I have to pull out the bullet to show Kim all the fun bullet information I found out, I bet. Yeah. And because I had the antique gun, it made it super easy.
The bullet is still safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp.
I think I know where this came from. Wiggles it.
Okay.
Kim.
And?
The shot come from a Belgrave rifle.
An antique. That makes sense. There can't be many breech-loading rifles floating around in Martinez, or anywhere in Ravachol, really.
It's probably a good thing.
I have to hand it to the monarchs. It's quite admirable that they took the advice of criminologists last century and banned the use of breech loaders in peacetime. Some new RCM recruits get impatient with their muzzle loaders once they've trained with military-grade weapons, but they realize it's worth it in the end.
Yep.
Prohibiting peacetime law enforcement to front-loaded rifles is a policy enforced by the Moralist International in all the nations of the Real Belt.
Makes you consider every shot. I like it.
Imagine if everyone, cops, citizens, had access to firearms that could shoot multiple rounds without pausing to reload. After the first shot, the second, third, and so on come much easier.
Yep.
But back to the investigation.
Seems like, could the victim have been mixed up with some foreign guerrilla fighters? Well-armed Jamrock bombers? Yes, something mysterious is afoot with this antique bullet type.
Mysterious? Okay. Either way, we'll know when we find the gun.
Alright, put that away. Let's take a look here.
Pull yourself together, René. What do you want?
I found your guard booth.
Yes. The Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the night. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
Must have seen something on the night of the murder. Your booth looks right over the yard?
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
Do you know who is working your shift?
No one. The bus has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other guard. It's just me.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Look, officers. The container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before, René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
Decorative?
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and PTSD
Evrard gets it, I'll never
isn't
say that.
something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood.
To get all the elderly back
His
in the
words.
job market. So nothing wrong with Tari collecting? It's my side thing too. Hold up my trash bag.
Oh, I didn't mean to imply there's something wrong with that. I do it too. Everyone does it. It's an excellent side thing.
Yes, yes, yes. Can we conclude the topic of my guard booth now?
Saw a picture. Who's the girl?
She is nobody.
Oh.
This is none of your concern, and I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the RCM.
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
Got it, thanks.
Yes, yes.
+1 concept. +1 concept. And it weirds me out that this is actually like kind of true. The clothes, your clothes do like affect your stats a little bit in real life.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I've talked to Everard.
You have. And how did you like Mr. Clare?
Beautiful and just? No, I didn't. He's a bloated rainbow socialist. That's just I can do business with him. For a socialist, he's reasonable. He's not the champion I have chosen. I wish to swear fealty to you in the cause of the capital. I didn't like him.
Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Or wait, actually, corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic, Verne-like corruption.
Verne-like.
Reaching into the bowels of the earth.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand. The RCM does not pick sides.
I didn't pick sides. I don't like either of them. Just loudly say it next to I don't like either of
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt Verne myself. However, if you felt like discussing something, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious
It is
to
only
hear
natural.
another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be gossiping.
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about these things. Tell her she'll like you for it.
Mr. Everett is helping me find my gun. I helped him turn up the heat on the Borscht. I'd rather not talk about something else for now, if you don't mind. That money you gave me, would that make things weird if I shared information?
Weird? Oh no. One of the positive things to come from the revolution is the unhindered exchange of information, you see. Even when it comes to trade secrets. Which isn't to suggest our talks constitute corporate espionage. Even if they did,
It's perfectly allowed.
it would be fine.
Even though this is not
But
illegal
they
whatsoever.
don't, since you logged the money as a donation, and this is clearly just gossip between friends.
The lieutenant might have, but I don't remember you logging anything as anything, Harry.
Name's not Harry.
Of course, Detective. Should something come up later, until then, is there anything more lessons in basic reality? My
Yeah, what
favorite part of
is
the day.
Reach
Go
for
ahead,
something fundamental.
ask me anything.
What is all of this? The scent, the sound, the air.
What world is this?
What world? The only one, I suppose. The world of matter. And its pale antipode.
The camera of her mind glides over the surface of the water.
What do you see?
Great bodies of water. Forest-covered surfaces. Clusters of light where the cities lie. You've seen the montage. We all have. This world is enough. There is a term of endearment they coined for it. In the DeLorean century, when humanity was high on this world, discovering more and more of it, these archipelagos included.
What is it?
Elysium.
Elysium. Ha. The world needs a turn demon. Throws.
It does. There are those who would call it hell.
What is hell, brother?
A term of hatred that originates, like many such things, with the petro-fascists. Oh, you want a picture
of
the world? There is no complete set yet, dear. They're having some trouble reaching orbit.
How come?
Great things are difficult to achieve. For now, we're viewing the world from the inside, sideways.
Inside sideways. What shape is the world?
We used to think it was a sphere, but that is beginning to look less and less likely by the day. You wouldn't know it from the tabloids, but the ORG nations have been launching weather balloons into the lower ionosphere since the 30s.
ORG, Occident Revichol-Grad.
There's a steadily increasing trickle of images. Between the big three scientific contributors, they're piecing together a dark grey corona.
A dark gray corona.
Yes. Pale covers 72% of the surface. There are grey flares and prominences, even arcs above entire isolas. The images are blurry, but if there was a sphere in there, it certainly looks like it fractured a long time ago.
A cold fear seeps into you.
Oh my god. What the hell are you telling me?
You seem to be spooked. Please don't be.
The pale? What do you mean corona.
They say there is a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. That is, if we are still living on a planet. Or, to speak more plainly, imagine vast swathes of land disrupted by nothingness. I am sorry, dear. It must sound quite terrifying through the acute encephalopathy. Even scientific positivism isn't entirely convinced about what we're dealing with here.
Sure.
But this is one of the greatest questions of our time. Maybe
Okay.
when they get the complete set together, it will jolt us out of our rut, bring us together, however naive it may sound.
Okay, and then everything will be okay?
I don't know about things of that scale. My expertise lies in nations and trade routes, one or several layers below everything. But yes, we'll be fine. Don't worry.
She does not seem convinced that you'll be fine. If anything, she's realizing how deep your condition runs.
Thanks, okay.
You may have misimagined it. I don't have the power to convey to you the effect and geometry of the images that depict our world from below low orbit. It's like the crowning of the world. It's insane. Very disco. You'd love it.
Well, if you say it's disco.
See? Everyone finds something worth holding on to in this world, however wasted its opportunities.
Suddenly, you're conscious of yourself standing there, on whatever this all is. Your arms hang down by your sides. The lieutenant observes you both, silently. He adjusts his glasses.
Alright, let me see if I
Glad
can
to have been of assistance.
do the cop one.
The southwest, in the Valley of Dogs. Junior Officer Chad Tilbrook takes aim at a rabid black dog, licking its wounds in the grass. To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, "You heard what happened to Tequila Sunset in Martinez?" "Yes, he lost his mind," Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. "Don't worry, Emil." He pulls it out slowly. Slowly now. He'll find it again. We always do.
What am I?
You? You're an officer of the RCM.
The Citizens Militia?
Preciso Mundo.
Good. What is the Revachel Militia?
Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, Detective.
Yes, we are the Revachol Citizens Militia.
He's being sarcastic.
Are we?
We are.
You said de facto?
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin.
What do you mean?
The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, 3 pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital.
All 3 are good to know when we are out policing.
So basically a thrall to foreign interests, so I'm basically one of the good guys?
There's nothing basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent provisional rulers like it.
She leans in.
Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you.
Why?
The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme, a nuclear pile meltdown.
Yeah, that was a real bummer.
They called it the international zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM restored peace where the coalition failed. A true blue citizens' initiative. They will never forgive you.
That's somewhat of an exaggeration. In reality, ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement. Revacholians get to keep the peace in Revachol, and the
Yeah.
coalition doesn't have to worry about it. Anyway, sorry to intrude. Please continue.
Yes, Lieutenant. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are, to me, is the police. The only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol.
Thank you, ma'am.
And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I'm here to help.
That's all for now.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know.
Thank you.